So most of the portable power stations that I get are big and heavy, but it is refreshing to get something like this. This is the Andy 600 Pro portable power station. A lot of words there, but this thing only weighs between like 16 and 17 pounds and is very compact. So I really like the size. It has this nice handle on the top that makes it very easy to take it from your vehicle, or if you have to like walk to your campsite a little bit, it's not going to weigh you down that much. And so yeah, it might sound weird, but yeah, the size and the compactness of this is one of my favorite features of this, just because it doesn't take up that much space in my car or my tent if I do want to use this for camping. But even with the smaller size, I do like the specs of this thing. So inside you do have a 584 watt battery. And so this is a lithium ion phosphate hybrid system. So this is going to be something that will be able to last you up to around like 2,000 cycles and still maintain, I think, at least above 80% of the overall capacity of the battery. And so 2,000 charge cycles is a lot. This means that for years you'll be able to use this thing and not drop the overall capacity that much. But now let's get into the ports and the input and output power. So as far as on the front, you will find two AC ports, and these will be able to support 600 watt pure sine wave, and these will have a continuous output of 600 watts pure sine wave, and then also you do have a AC surge output of 1800 watts. And so this means that some devices do have an initial surge when you do plug them in, and that can reach pretty high. So this can go up to like 1800 watts without, tripping it or anything. But then eventually that device might go down to a lower output, and then this thing will be able to run it for a little bit longer. But yeah, up to 1800 watts is good for something for this size. Oh, and these AC ports do come in at 120 volts for the US. Now for DC output, this does have your traditional car/cigarette lighter port, and this can support 12 volts at 10 amps and 120 watts max. And then on the right hand side, you will find your USB ports. So you do have two USB-C ports. One of them can support up to 100 watts, and then the other one can support up to 60 watts. And then you will find two USB type A ports that can both support up to 18 watts. So those are the ports for charging devices that you connect to the power station. But on the back, you'll find this little cover that will reveal the two ports that will allow you to recharge the power station itself. So you do have an AC input and also a solar input. And this thing can charge pretty fast, especially if you do hook it up to a wall outlet. So AC charging means that you can get from 0 to 80% in just 1 hour. Now, also inside of the box with this power station, you will find this bag that does contain two cables to help you charge this thing. So you have the cable for the AC charging, and then you also have your cigarette lighter/car cable there to be able to allow you to charge this power station inside of your car while you're driving to your destination. And then this also does support up to 200 watt solar panel charging. So you can get from 0 to 80% in around 3.6 hours and 0 to 100% in around something closer to around like 5 hours or so. And all right, so now let's actually talk about using this thing to charge different devices. Now, on their website, they have this nice convenient graphic that will show you how long this thing will be able to run certain devices, like a microwave or a hair dryer, or how many times they can like recharge your iPhone. I think it's like 38 times or so for like an iPhone 14 Pro. And all of these different times are pretty respectable. You can run a TV for like 4.5 hours, and that might just be enough time to allow you to enjoy your favorite TV show if you have like a power outage in your neighborhood and the electric company is working on it, and they'll probably have it up in a few hours, hopefully. But for me, I'm mostly going to use this power station at the campsite as like something to charge like people's smartphones and laptops and my drones batteries, or just my camera batteries in general and things like that, like air pumps and stuff, because I do have bigger power stations that I would personally like to use to run fans or things that are going to be drawing a lot more power per hour, because I don't want to have to like worry about trying to recharge this via solar power or using my car. So that's how I'm going to use it. But I did plug in one of my tall tower fans that I use for camping sometimes to keep me nice and cool. And that thing is going to be pulling around like 100 watts of power per hour. And even at like 85%, this 600 Pro was going to be able to run it for around like 4 hours or so. So that's actually pretty good for like the middle of the day heat. I can turn on that fan with this thing and actually cool off a little bit. So again, I'm going to use it for most of my smaller to medium sized devices, but you can use this for an RV fridge or something like that. So it is flexible depending on your needs. But again, the biggest thing I like about it is just how compact it is. So I can move it around my campsite easier without having to pick up the big old heavy power stations that I don't want to have to keep moving around. So the portability with the actual power that you get from something for this size is actually pretty good. Now, some other information is that you can use this as a home UPS. So this does have have a 20 millisecond switch over time. So when the power goes out, that's how long it'll take for this thing to switch on. So people who use like CPAP machines or other medical devices that are very important, you can use this as a UPS solution. Oh, and I can't believe I haven't talked about all the lights and stuff that you've been seeing on this thing. So this does have a power button, and once you turn it on, the color display will pop on, and it's nice and bright, easy to see during the daytime. But this will be giving you the remaining time that you have as far as using this power station when you are having things plugged in. And then it shows you your actual battery percentage in the middle of it. And then on the right hand side, it'll be showing you the input and output wattage. Now this also does have some built-in lighting. So on the front, you'll be able to have like this built-in flashlight or lantern. So this does have a dedicated button that will rotate between a couple of different brightness modes, and then also some different flashing modes for either like SOS, or if you are in, like an emergency or something, you can flash it to be able to help get someone's attention. Now on the top, you will find this nice little kind of color ring, and this doesn't really add any type of use case to this thing. It just looks pretty cool. So I personally do like it. But something else that is convenient is that they do have an Ampace Andes app that you can use with this power station. So once you download this, you can connect to it via Bluetooth, and now you'll be able to control basically everything. And so I didn't mention this before, but for like AC charging, they do have buttons that you need to press to activate that little panel on the power station. But if you have the app, you can actually activate it here just by tapping on the toggle, just like so. And then also you'll be able to control the light. So on the front, I can control the LED light like so. I can turn it on, I can turn it off. And also I can control the ambient light. I can turn that on and off with this as well. And also I can even just slide to power this off. And so yeah, I do like this because if I am like sitting in my bed or my cot or whatever at the campsite, I don't have to get up to control this thing if I don't need to use it anymore, right? I can go ahead and just open up this app and turn it off to save energy. And a couple of extra more things. This does come with a 3-year warranty. And when you are using it, even using it with like the AC ports, it doesn't get very loud at all. It's pretty quiet. So if you do want to have this in your tent at night and use it with like a fan or something, it's not going to like wake you up or anything. So this right now is going for, according to the website, $449. The regular price is $599. So it's a pretty good price for everything that you're getting under that $500 price range. This is a very good compact power station that has a little bit of oomph to it. So it can power some of those more bigger devices for, a shorter amount of time compared to other bigger power stations that other companies make. And I think actually Ampace actually released a bigger one that hopefully I can check out as well. But for what this is, for the size and what you're getting, this is going to fit very well into my camp workflow. So anyway, I'll drop a link down below to this power station for you to check out. Drop a comment down below and let me know what you think about this thing yourself. But like always, I do want to thank you for watching this video, and I will catch you later. Peace.